Wow, ladies and gentlemen, so welcome to our conjunction video of the week. And this week we're going to be starting our conjunction of Moon, Venus, Saturn, Rahu. And what happens when Moon, Venus, Saturn, Rahu are conjunct in your horoscope. And as you know, this is just a foundational meaning. It's not the definite meaning. We don't know, which sign it's in, which house it's in, what nakshatra it's in, especially what padha it's in. But the meaning that I will tell you here will have this underlining to the bigger meaning. And as always, if you do not know, if you have this conjunction and what other conjunctions you might have in your horoscopes, all your astrological details, for that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, Astrology Conjunction Aspects, and Mahadashas that this video liked, including my consultations at this link. So, Moon, as you know, represents the mind, mother, happiness, comfort, emotion, personality, our thought process. Moon represents fame, music, arts, and Venus represents music, arts, literature, creativity, romance, love, spouse, partnerships, unions, sexual relationships. Saturn represents restriction, boundaries, discipline, structure, organization, commitment, duty. It represents karmas. It represents the unraveling of the karmas. And then Rahu is pretty much illusion, confusion. Rahu is pretty much a drunk, like me. And Rahu is a planet of unconventionalism. Anything which is unconventional, anything which is outside, anything which is just outside the system and non-conformist is Rahu. So now you're bringing all these things together. And at least in my experience, okay, and especially in certain zodiac signs even, one thing we see is that this person is going to be very promiscuous. Especially in like Taurus and even some of Libra I have seen, where a person becomes promiscuous, has multiple love interests and affairs in their heydays. A person loves luxury. Person loves to be with the finer things in life. But at the same time, they're willing to work hard to get those things. They're not like, okay, I want nicer things in life, so provide me with it. They're like, no, I want nicer things in life. I don't want to drive a Toyota. I want to drive a Mercedes Benz. That's what I like to drive. That's the comfort that I want. And I'll go ahead and work 25 more hours at my firm so I can get what I want. So it's not like they're just simply all about money and luxury. They work hard. So when they show money, they're like, hey, I worked hard for this. One of the things we see that a person usually will run in with women older than him. Especially a man will run with women older than him. Obviously a female, most of the time will have a spouse older than them. The other thing we see is that early in life, I have always seen a marriage does not work out for this person. Especially with Rahu involved. The thing is, the mind is not mature so quickly. As much as you think Saturn is involved with the moon, the thing is, Saturn is constrained. It's boundaries. It's going to put boundaries around you. And when this person gets into a relationship early on, which they love the romance, they love to express themselves in a very unusual way in a relationship. Because remember, Rahu is involved here. And they like all that illusion of movies. They like all that illusion of, the novel romance. But the thing is, they always tend to have a wandering eye. A person with this conjunction can easily get bored. And then start looking elsewhere. And one of the best things that I've seen here, especially in the Western culture at least, is that a person with this conjunction will have many, many relationships. They'll date like 20, 30 people, 40 people. Before they're like, all right, I've experienced every single thing that I wanted to experience. I have gotten all the peccadillos out of my system. Now I'll settle down with somebody. And most definitely shows that only after the age of 32 that a person is mature enough to marry someone and stick to one person. However, the other thing that I've also noticed with this conjunction, and especially if the conjunction remains in Navamsha for a woman, the sexual drive kind of dries up. The sexual drive dries up pretty quickly. Now, if it's in a certain nakshatra, it may not. If it's in a certain zodiac sign, it may not. But usually it does. However, I have only seen that though without Rahu. With Rahu, very few times. And with Rahu, it shows that this person is willing to, take on chances, especially for a woman I've seen. They're willing to always rejuvenate their drive if the person is right. Well, if for men, if you gave men the opportunity to go towards women, it'll be a 24/7 ordeal. They'll always be busy hitting on women, being with women. But women is different. When you're reading conjunction for a man versus a woman, it's quite different. Here, a woman can get frustrated. Okay, a woman may get frustrated either from the lack of patience to find somebody for long-term commitment, or a woman will just run into too many illusionary men early in life, like too many Bollywood heroes early in life. And they're looking for that security, they're looking for that strong foundation. And it does not come in on time. Why? Because Saturn is conjunct Moon and Venus. So obviously Venus is being dried up with the Moon, and Saturn is already a dry planet, is drying both of them up. So usually what I see with people, whether it's man or woman, a person is quite confused. What do they want? What type of a person do I want? Because especially Rahu is here. Rahu is like putting the eclipse on this conjunction, on these planets. Regardless if it's Moon or not, it is. So a person early in life is quite confused. Okay, so who am I supposed to be with? So they'll try different people. And after like maybe a month of dating, they'll be like, nah, this is not it. Then they'll date somebody for 2 months. Well, this is not it. So that's one of the things now, especially when it comes to interests and education. Obviously, media, creativity, botany, and chemicals, pharmaceuticals become very strong with this conjunction. Somebody who likes to be likes to get like a mechanical technology related to environment. They like to attain that type of education, or again, depending upon if it's a technical sign, non-technical sign, technical nakshatra, non-technical nakshatra, either they can simply go into fields of media, arts, television, or they will be doing something more in fields of science, environment, botany. Especially with Moon and Venus conjunction, a person has interest in botany if it's occurring in the 5th house. And if Rahu is there, then chemicals becomes very important. Saturn is there, mechanism becomes very important. So maybe even like biomechanical science, can be seen, because Jupiter is the biology. Usually that occurs with this. But Moon is the environment as well. So it's very similar, so because there's so many careers now. It's like, I hear some of these titles that you guys have in my consultations, and I'm like, my God, when did this job get invented? So, it's like, obviously astrology has to keep up with all these things. So this is what I'm finding, that not just Jupiter can represent biology and environment, but Moon itself. Because when I do consultations for people who are, let's say, doing biomechanical science, biomedical science, I'm seeing involvement of the Moon as well, more than just Jupiter. Okay? So guys, this is my analysis of Moon, Venus, Saturn, Rahu conjunction. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And if you want to know where your conjunction is placed, all your books, reports, consultations, check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.